Now then, and welcome to another video. So I thought I'd give you a quick update on my Legions Imperialis project. So I'm doing Emperor's Children, filthy traitors that they are, but I've always liked the Emperor's Children, like their sort of royal purple colour scheme and things like that. As a quick side note for these, my box set took ages to arrive. It took about 2 months, so I've got it painted fairly quick, I suppose. And as you can see, I've got a Thunderhawk there and a few extra bits. So I managed to swap out my Solo Auxilia from the main starter box for another set of Marines. So I've kind of doubled my Marine force. And I've got a few bits on order. However, another order has just been cancelled by Games Workshop yesterday. So I'm not sure when any of this stuff's going to come back in stock. But when it does, I'll expand the army. And I'm looking forward to, new releases and things coming out. So what I've got there, the way I've got it kind of organised at the minute, although I can change it around as and when I like. I've got 3 detachments, well 4 including the Titans. So the first detachment is here, this group of Marines here. This is what's called the Legio Demi Company. So it's led by a commander. You can just about see those little dudes. I do need to put the transfer on the banner. Funnily enough, in the starter box, you don't actually get any transfers for Emperor's Children. Seem to have just randomly picked 4 legions, none of which me and my son are doing. So I've got no transfers. But when I got the Thunderhawk, I actually did get a couple of transfers. So I do need to get those transfers on. Anyway, so I've got 3 tactical detachments in there. 4 tactical stands in each with 2 heavy supports as upgrades. So these are missile launcher guys. And then the tactical guys. I'll just quickly show you one of those. There they are. They're really detailed little models, aren't they? How small they are. I think they're really cool. You do have this issue with the undercuts. You can see it really prominent on this guy here. But when they're on the table, when they're kind of this distance apart, or this distance away from you, you can't notice it really. It's not a big deal. Well, it doesn't bother me anyway. And if you really want to, you can actually get in there and shave them off. I did do it on a couple of them, but then decided life's too short. Dreadnoughts. So I've got 8 of these. That one there's got an assault cannon. There's one with 8. There's one with the twin las cannons. You don't need to go mad painting these. Yeah, I could probably put a lot more detail into these if I wanted to, but I decided it's not really worth it. Although I might go back and tart them up a little bit in the future. What else have we got? So I've got another demi company here, and these guys are all going to be part of a kind of air landing brigade, or a sort of, what do they call it? Aerial assault demi company or something. I can't remember what it's called now in the book. I'll have to have a look later, but basically everything's in aircraft. So I've got the Thunderhawk to carry 8 of these stands, and I just need a few more aircraft. So I'm pulling in another Thunderhawk and a couple of Storm Eagles to carry these troops about in. But I've got 2 tactical detachments there. Commander, these 2 tactical detachments have got plasma gun support in them. I'll show you these little plasma gun guys. There they are. There we are. The camera's showing these very dark. They're not as dark as these. They're quite a light purple, almost pink actually, but I think it might be this desert coloured matte. Something to do with the contrast. I don't know, but it's making them look almost blue, isn't it? In there as well, I've got a supporting detachment of assault troops. There they are with the jump packs on. I do think maybe 4 models per base would have been better, because they're quite crammed on there, aren't they? But they're cool anyway. And then some Terminators. I'll show you one of these little Terminator bases. There they are. These are really cool little models. Look how detailed they are. Yeah, awesome. And they can teleport reserve onto the battlefield. So there's the two sort of infantry detachments. I'll show you the Thunderhawk as well. This took ages to arrive. Got cancelled twice by Games Workshop. Every time they cancelled it, I just put the order straight back in. Eventually got one. Base actually pops off. And there's like a little lug in there, and it's like a little ball joint. I modelled it with the landing gear down, so I can just sit it on the table like that for when it lands and the troops get out. But yeah, what a cool model that is. Pretty awesome. It's pretty big as well. Yeah, got all the detail there. Nuts. Really enjoyed painting that one, putting it together. So that's the Thunderhawk. I need another one of them. And then what I've got is an armoured company. So I've got 3 Predators with las cannons. So there's the las cannon turret, and then on the side sponsons there's las cannons as well. God, they do look blue. How weird is that? Looking at them in the flesh, as it were, now, and they look like a really light purple, but then when I look at the screen, they're blue, almost. Anyway, how odd. So there's that one. And then there's the other Predator variant, the auto cannon, and this one's got heavy bolter sponsons on the side. Yeah. Cool. I've modelled them so I can take the turrets off and swap the turrets about if I want. You do actually get enough turrets in the kit to have the variant turrets for all of them. I just haven't painted them up. I've just done 3 of each for now. You also get little things like this, so the little commander in the top that you can put in. I think this one has got he's got a heavy bolt sponson on there. Really cool. Sorry, just knocked my camera. And then what I've also got is 4 Sicarans. There's one. I just need to put some varnish on and hide that the film around that transfer. Yeah. And again, you get the different turret options for these. Let me just quickly grab one. So this is the Omega turret. So that big plasma gun that you could have on instead if you wanted to. Really short range though, it's only like 8cm range. So I just preferred the auto cannon turret. Bloody hell. It looks cooler as well. Right, I'll put this down before I drop it again and smash it. And then finally, I got the 2 Warhound Titans done. Now I've done these as Legio Kratos. In the lore, these guys supported the Iron Warriors mostly. But I just really like the colour scheme. So I thought, you know, this small Demi-Legio can be supporting the Emperor's Children. Why not? It's all made up anyway, so I can do what I want. Bit of a painting disaster with these, unfortunately. So what happened was, I'm still learning to use my airbrush really. So I masked it all off and I painted it all, highlighted it, and I actually thought it had come out pretty well. And then what I thought was I'll put an oil wash on. So before I put the oil wash on, I have to put a gloss varnish. So as soon as I sprayed the gloss varnish on, it reactivated the top layer of the turquoise, like the turquoise highlight layer, and you can actually see there where it's like settled in the recess. It all just ran off. Oh god, I was gutted. One of those when I sat there looking at it for about an hour, thinking what am I going to do here. I think I've kind of salvaged it. Didn't look as good as it did though, but never mind. They look all right, don't they? Yeah. So I managed to get hold of the Legio Kratos transfer set as well. It used to be an old Forge World transfer set. They're pretty cool. It's quite a funky symbol. And I've magnetised all the weapon arms. So I can just swap them out. I think that's some kind of Volkite weapon. Mostly a missile launcher of some kind. I can't remember exactly what they're called. I've still not played it yet. mainly due to scarcity, to be honest. I just can't get enough stuff to put a force together. And then the second one, very similar, to be honest. I did try to vary the colours up a little bit, or the configuration of the colours, if you know what I mean. This one's got like a melter weapon, melter cannon weapon, and a different type of missile launcher. But again, very similar. Very cool, aren't they? Yeah, and these little bits of wall and stuff are from the old Epic 40k set that came out in 1997, I believe. I've got a load of those, so I thought I'd use a few. Just try and these bases, they look quite cool because they're like modelled like this. They're quite difficult to actually paint. I found them quite difficult to paint, to make them look interesting. I was tempted just to put sand and stuff all over them and paint them, but yeah, I quite like that cracked street concrete look. Looks quite cool. So yeah, there we are. That is all my Legions Imperialis so far. Hopefully, Games Workshop are going to make some more stuff and bring out some new releases for this, because I think it'd be a great shame if they just leave it and people are going to lose interest, I think, because these can't get hold of anything, which is it's a real shame. But I'll stick with it because I love Epic. I always have done. Right, I'll stop waffling now. Hope you all have a great weekend, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.